From architecture to painting and sculpture, literature to live music and theater. Radio 111 presents Bonnie G and Brian Mendoza with The Desert Scene, your connection to culture and entertainment in the desert cities. Here's Bonnie and Brian.
And welcome to The Desert Scene. I'm here with my fabulous producer, Brian Mendoza. Keeps everything running smoothly. And I'm really happy to welcome to the show Lorinda Vasquez. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's somebody who's out and about all over the desert scene, especially at music venues. And I just didn't realize until I got this little... I did not know you were Siobhan's cousin. Welcome to the show, Lorinda.
Oh, thank you. Yes, of course. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't even be here because I used to come down and watch her perform. And when it was time for me to move on from where we were living and where I want to spend the rest of my life, it had to be around lively people and feeling good. And I thought of her and being here. So thankfully, that's why I made it here. She knows that too. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you found your place. But it wound up being more than I even expected. Mm-hmm. It's endless. It's just full of love and joy. And not to interrupt you, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. So where did you move from when you came here?
Up in the high desert, Victorville,
okay,
California. So therefore, there's it's a high desert, so it's cooler than here. Mm-hmm. But then we would get the elements of the winter, snow, and then the travel down the Cajon Pass. It just got to be too much. So I knew that I would need to be on lower ground.
Yeah.
And wanted to have a lot of happiness surrounding me. But again, not realizing what this valley is all about. It's a gift just beyond.
Yes.
I'm still in awe of it.
Yeah. So let's talk about you. So you have a background of 40 years in the medical field. And
yes.
Then, so now, have you always been a big, huge music fan?
Oh, definitely. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. I was the one that, when my children were young and we do housework on Saturdays and playing all the music, different types of music, put it nice and loud while you're working,
Yes.
And then up and through even picking up my grandchildren, my granddaughter in particular, where I would put music on. She was young. We were driving kind of a long distance in the car, and I'd say to her, now listen to the musicians, listen to the music, the instruments, because we sometimes just focus on the beautiful voice that's coming through, but those instruments, oh my God, they would just thrill me.
Yeah. So you moved here, and then you started going to see music, and you met Sergio. Is it Village? I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name.
Villegas.
Villegas. Okay.
Sergio Villegas, which is a maestro guitarist. He is a classical guitar. He is just amazing, renowned to the world, and worked with the best and the biggest in the industry. And he's lived here in the Valley for about 20 years. Mm-hmm. And I became friends with him, and then he asked me to be, work with him on his production company side. So that's been very interesting because he's still busy with his gigs, and so he can't focus a lot on all that. So I overlap into helping him with the things that he needs, which is really talents. Mm-hmm. So he has contracts, let's say, with country clubs, and they're looking for an example was just March when everybody wanted the St. Patrick's singers, Irish singers, and there's only a few in the Valley, and so I suggested a wonderful violinist because I don't know why I figured in my head, well, heck, there's these little Irish tunes that I've heard with a violin before, like a fiddle. And so I approached someone that I had came across at Vicky's the Santa Fe. And he was fantastic. And he thought, well, I don't know if I could do that. I said, well, you're not really doing a show. You're doing the background music for St. Patrick's Day, social event at a country club. So it just goes by the setting, and you kind of imagine how it would look. And, well, it comes to be he wound up learning 10 different songs, and they loved them. And so he performed perfectly. It's just that type of work that I do for Sergio. Yeah. And it's really, really great. I love it.
So the company's Coachella Valley Music and Entertainment Production books all kinds of talent, musical talent?
Oh, every kind.
Okay.
Recently, they were looking for salsa dancers. They were looking for Hawaiian dancers. Yeah. They're looking for different kind of vocalists. The one wanted a French singer. So whatever they're looking for, sometimes they'll have like International Day, and they want an Italian, in other words. So whatever it is that they're looking for, that's what his production company provides. So you always need somebody to call on.
Right.
People that are behind the scenes that are looking for, to fill that venue with that ever special whatever they're looking for. And so they need someone to go to find who can find this person for me.
Right.
So since Sergio's doing his thing, that's where I come in, because he'll tell me what he's looking for, what he needs. And he has an array list already, so he can go to that. But then there's times when they're busy, they're not available, and then like I said, that's when he'll kind of overflow into me, like, oh my gosh, I need this, I'm looking for that. And so we brainstorm and look for the person and match them together. And yes, it's very successful.
That's great. Well, I'll have to send you my stuff, because I sing. I mean, I'll make sure I get my stuff in there just in case. So,
definitely.
Now you also just recently took a position with my buddy Hope Diamond, who is fabulous jazz and blues singer, as her creative director, because she's producing this Palm Springs Women's Jazz Festival at the Cathedral City Amphitheater, Divas of the Desert, November 13th. So tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, okay. So, yes, that is a real big happening. Like you say, and that's a 3-day event, actually, and her day is going to be the Sunday, but it is a 3-day festival, and it's in Palm Springs, like or Cathedral City, but it's the greater Palm Springs area, so there's a lot of events, after parties. There's so many different things that are going to groups that are doing different type of parties and socializations and the concerts. This is going to be a big festival, so that is really awesome. And yes, so what I'm doing with her is helping her scout venues, let's say, put things together that need to be done, and meet up with people that need to. It's just a lot of layers and a lot. Yeah. And then her herself is very popular and busy, so she has her own. And again, it's another kind of situation where the person is a performer, and so they do sometimes need the extra hands, ears, or voice for them. So that's where I come in. And example, she's even in the midst of all this, she's having her a blues concert or show at the Jazzville Cascade Lounge, and that's on May 18th, so that's right around the corner. So along with all the other things coming up or down in the future, there's still things coming up now, so this is a very busy situation, which I think is so thrilling. And that's the part that I mean about how this valley is just constantly busy. And I think one of the biggest challenges is actually getting the word out, because there's people like me, we're just regular people, that we want to go somewhere. Do you know that people actually reach out to me and ask me, in fact, even last night, who's playing here, or what should I do? Or, so people want to know. And even though there's websites that show, but a lot of people aren't even on Facebook, so they don't even always know to go and see what's happening in Palm Springs or all those entertainment sites. And so sometimes people rely on just what we'll call the average person, a friend of a friend, or somebody they think might know. Yeah.
But it looks like you're also, though, are partnering with your friend Tamara on this Facebook page, Hey You Coachella Valley. So tell us about that.
Yes. So that, again, was really created. My friend Tamara had the vision. And, again, our stories are almost similar. She moved here from San Diego and actually just renting to find a place to. She wanted to test the waters, like, should I move here? Should I retire here? And we met up at a little place that was playing music, and I was by myself. She was by herself, so it was a good little match, and we had the same interests. So since I'd been here a little longer, I was able to tell her, well, I'm going to be here if you want to go, and that's how our friendship came. Then the thought that, gosh, we meet so many different people out and about that are in the same situation. Like, I didn't know. Oh, really? I could go there. Oh, have you tried here? Have you done this? Have you heard this person? And that's how our conversations are when you meet people. Again, I just call us the everyday person. I know that all the people that are really in the scene, such as yourself, you all know each other and you know where everybody is and what they're doing. But for people like myself and Tamara and, 1,000 other people, we're just regular homemakers, people in the home, but we want to get out. And where should we go? And our time is valuable.
Right.
And we don't want to, we want to go to the best that we can for that moment. And that's what we do. So Tamara says, how about if we do a page, a group? And so I named it. We thought, well, what can I name it? So I, out of desperation, just kind of like trying to think of some of the names we thought of were taken. So I said, hey, you Coachella Valley, because that's who we're trying to capture is everybody.
Right.
We're trying to get people I have people say, well, I don't go into Palm Springs. Like, why? It's only 30 minutes, not even, 25, 20 minutes. But a lot of people just stay in their little cocoon, and they don't venture out a little bit, realizing, oh my God, they leave saying, oh, I'm so glad I came.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's just that 2 hours of your life that you're entertained by these glorious people such as yourself. Like, oh my God, that felt so good.
Yeah, it's like in the Valley. It's not like in LA where you have to drive for an hour to get someplace. 10 minutes and you're there. Yeah. So,
right.
So has this totally surprised you? What the turn your life has taken since you moved here? Did you ever expect to be doing these kinds of things?
Never. No, I've even shared with my family, such as my son. I was telling him, and I've told a few friends, and I can't help but describe it this way, which might sound a little bizarre to some, but I literally feel like I've reincarnated without ever passing this earth yet.
Yeah.
Because I've just become a new person.
Yeah. Yeah. New chapter.
Family.
That's exciting.
Yes, new chapter. And I'm living proof that, there's no boundary with age.
Nope.
or profession. You just enjoy something, you embrace it, you love it, you realize, wow. I do think that as humans, we just have to be open to see it.
Yes. Yes.
And to embrace it. And that's what I do. I just, like I say, it's just amazing. In fact, I don't, again, I've had people live here so long and don't even realize.
What's here? Yeah.
Maybe it's the new people that come that see it, and the other people kind of take it for granted and don't realize. They think it's for someone else. Oh, the snowbirds come. Well, hey, what about us that are here all the time?
Well, Lorinda, we're running out of time, so I just wanted to say thank you so much, Lorinda Vasquez. But check out the Facebook page, Hey You Coachella Valley, if you want to know what's going on. Also, Coachella Valley Music and Entertainment Production. Hope Diamond has got Divas of the Desert coming over November 13th. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to see you out and about.